Welcome back to a new video, guys. We're gonna be working on the Mazda RX8 today. I keep on having a problem with the sunroof not responding to the controls and staying up. Now before, intermittently, it started giving me the problem. Now it just doesn't want to close anymore. It's not responding anymore. Now, I don't think it's the control, the buttons, because I changed that as a brand new piece. And like I said, it was acting up before, and then I changed this part, and then it cured the problem, and then it started happening again. I kind of moved the control, I kind of moved the plug on the motor or flexed the motor a little bit, and it starts working. But now it stopped working, and I haven't messed with it again. I just ordered another motor. So today what we're gonna do together, you and I, are gonna change this motor and hopefully solve this problem. We're gonna start with the removal of this part. And I usually carry like a little plastic piece like that for trim removal. I'm gonna start sticking it on the side till I get this thing to release, and then we'll look and see what we need for the motor. Probably gonna be held on by 3 screws by what I can tell on the old motor. Well, the new motor that it's sitting by the table. Probably 10mm bolts. I don't know. I gotta take this off first. So let's get that out and see what we got going on. And there you have it, guys. I pulled it, yanked on it till it finally release. When you do this kind of stuff, before you even start, I recommend you make sure your hands are clean so you don't get the roof or the plastic all stained. You know, us mechanics, we always got dirty hands. All right, so there's the motor. All I gotta do is make sure to unplug whatever I have to unplug, and looks like it has, it's 3 Phillips screws. The one with the ground cable, the one here, and the one here. I should be able to pull down. But before we do that, I'm gonna try to see if I can get it to move so I can show you guys what I mean. I pull on this plug right here. I flex it, move it around. I even put a piece of foam. All right, so I got this part out. And all you had to do was unplug 2 plugs, a big one and a small one. Usually is squeeze and pull type. Some of them might be on there pretty tight, man. So I recommend you having tools like this for electrical connection. This is not for an electrical connection, but it also works as for like a fuel line or something. But it works fine, man. This is the one I ended up using. You know, you grab on like this, push down on the tab, and make sure that on the other side is grabbing the actual plug, right? Not the part. And when you squeeze and you're able to move it, it comes right out. I'll try to find these tools and leave it in the description. I'll give you a link so you can go ahead and grab yourself some of these tools. You need stuff like this, man, to make life easier. This one I was able to get it with my nail, but still. Anyway, once you get it out, and also you need this kind of stuff for trim removal. There's a whole bunch of different sizes. I'll try to get a link for those too. I got a whole set. Anyway, so I got it out, and I also unplugged the motor. But I'm going to show you guys what to do if you want to manually, let's say you don't have a motor and you're stuck, right? This thing is up in the air like this, open, it's about to rain, or you need it to close, or you don't have a garage. So you need to somehow get this thing to close. Get yourself an Allen wrench. Well, once you're exposed, once you take, for any car, really, once you have access to the motor by removing the bezel, you get it out. Now, this bezel didn't require screws. Well, it probably did originally because it has a hole. See these 2 holes? Probably for screws that go in here. One here and one here. So they're usually going to have screws, and you got to pop the bezel out. Once you get it out, you locate the motor. And as you can see, the motor is going to have some kind of hole so you can insert a tool. Sometimes the cars come with the tool for this. That's where you're gonna turn. You're gonna basically bypass the motor and turn the mechanism to close the sunroof. So I'm gonna insert the Allen wrench and I'm gonna start turning it. You gotta see which way. So I'm gonna turn and you guys are gonna see that the sunroof's gonna start moving back, or either gonna open or it's gonna close, whichever way. So I'm turning it and it's closing, right? So I'm going clockwise and it's bringing it down. Okay, slowly. It's kind of tight, but it works just like this. And that's how you manually close or move. I can actually open it too if I wanted to. So there you go, it stopped. So it's completely closed. The size that I use of Allen wrench for this application, what is that? What is it? 5/32 is what I ended up using. Your application might be different. If it's not this car and you're using it for another car, because I'm gonna put this as a title too. You know how to replace the motor on a sunroof and how to manually close the sunroof. There you have it, completely sealed. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue on the motor removal. I'm gonna take the 3 screws out and pull it out. And another thing, the only reason why I wanted to close it is because I don't know if that's I don't want to replace the motor with the sunroof open. I want to make sure that it's closed and it's in a closed position, all the way closed, before I replace the motor. I don't know. I feel like that's the right way to do it, but maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe somebody can tell me in the comments if it does matter or not. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself the Phillips screwdriver that I need and bring that motor down. All right, guys, so I got the screws. I broke them loose. They're still on there, and I broke them loose, and I wanted to stop and show you guys what I was doing. So if you're doing this job and you got a few screwdrivers, like I got 2 there, gotta make sure you get the right one, the one that fits tight and it's not gonna slip off. I finally found one that would fit proper. And when I went to try to turn it, it was hard, very hard, it's difficult. So I want to share with you a tip of something that I do for leverage. So I held the screwdriver up tight, and I would hold it up with my hand like this, while with a wrench, in this case, a 1-inch wrench fit just fine on the screwdriver like this for leverage. And believe me, it was tight. So I was holding my hand up, making sure that it's on there, while with the other hand I was moving this part, the wrench. That's just a tip of something that I do once in a while, situations like this, because you don't want to strip a bolt up there, because if you do, you imagine you would have to drill them out and do all that, and it's very uncomfortable, and you're gonna make a mess on your car, and you're gonna turn a simple job into a disaster. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and remove them. I just wanted to explain that to you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and remove those 3 bolts now. I got the old, well, not the old, but the new used motor that I got from eBay. Hopefully it works and it fits. Now it doesn't say Mazda on it like the other one does, but it looks the same. It looks the same to me. But anyway, we'll get the other one out, we'll put it next to it and compare it. Okay guys, and here it is. I removed 2 screws, and then the third one, I went ahead and held on to the motor while I was removing the last screw. And here's the screws. Now we're gonna go ahead and compare it. It looks the same. It looks pretty much the same, guys. Same size. Seems like it mounts the same. I'll go ahead and look at the gear. Maybe this one. This aftermarket, who knows? But I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it aftermarket new. And if I did, I think it was an excessive price, so I ended up going for a used one. And check it out. It mounts, you would think that because it has that, it mounts to like some kind of another gearbox or something, but no, it doesn't. It mounts to those things right there. So the gear mounts right there, and that's what the gear moves. So that's another thing. If for some reason those were damaged, then the whole thing would be messed up and it won't move. The motor will, but it would be stripping those, right? That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and put the motor on and see what happened. But, well, if I was able to close it manually, that means that these things are good. Yeah, because manually it moved. I moved the gear manually, so the mechanism did work. And I wasn't hearing no strange noises like it was stripped on it, so it should be fine. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and mount the new used one and give it a shot. And how much did I pay for this? I think I paid about $120. $120 through eBay. You know, they vary in price. You can get them for 150, 130, 90. It depends how much the seller wants to sell it for. It's a used motor. They don't even give you the mileage of, so I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I don't know how many miles, but how often do you really open the sunroof? And this is a weekend car. I use it on the weekends. I don't use it every day. I just need it to work. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on and give it a shot. Okay guys, the motor is in, and as I was doing it, I was very careful to place it where it would line up the gear with the mechanism, and also the bolts line up to the holes. And I just screwed this one first a little bit, then I worked this one in, then I worked this one in. Don't forget the ground cable. And then slowly went around, tightened them up slowly, and then it eventually just sat. You felt it, that it popped right in without forcing it. And they're as tight as I can by hand without using the wrench on the screwdriver like I was showing you guys. I don't think there's need for that. I made them as tight as I could by hand. I got the plug in and the ground. I'm gonna go ahead and put the controls back on and see if it works. All right, controls are plugged in. Now let's go ahead, power's on. Let's go ahead and tilt it up. Tilt it back down. Oh yeah, tilt it up, tilt it back down. Let's light it. Oh yeah, she's working fine now. Perfect. Go ahead and put this back in. And there you have it, guys. That's how you change your motor on your sunroof. And that's how you open up or close the sunroof manually. And that's it, guys. Pretty simple. Here's the old one. I guess something internally went on this, like maybe in the control inside what controls the motor. That sucks, but luckily we got places that we can get the parts for this car still. So if you guys learned something or you like the video, please like, subscribe, because it's free. I got many videos on YouTube that you can possibly learn something from. So these are the tools that I use: screwdriver, trim removal tool, electrical plug removal tools, and the Allen wrench. Simple and easy, fellas. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. I'll leave the links for stuff like this that I use. Okay, guys? Always look at the description. And thank you if you click on the link. Thank you ahead of time. Thank you for watching again. Catch you in the next one.